Okay, so here's why I think that writing a script is totally worth it in the case of this offset parent matrix thing. Let me delete that cube and make a new one. By the way, in case I haven't said it before, I'm using the cube just so that I have a simple example object. I'm not using it because I use it heavily in my rigging rotation. It's just there to help you see things. So I'm going to open that. I am going to close my attribute editor and this custom curve window. I'm going to open my script editor. And let's make that a little smaller so you can see there's my delete. That's the last thing I did. And I'm going to make a new Mel tab. So in here, let me again clear out my node editor. I will shift select my box and my joint and hit this plus button to load them. Now I want to have the joint output its information into this curve, and there is that. So I'm going to go from the joint's output, world matrix, into the box curve, offset parent matrix. So that probably didn't seem like it took that long, but remember that when we get to our actual skeleton, there are dozens of joints, and I don't want to have to do this dozens of times. It's going to get really boring, and it would be much easier to just have one button that I could click. So if I look up here, what I've got is one line of code. One line of code is easy, so I'm going to just middle mouse drag that down into my new Mel window. And the only trick, really, is that joint 1 is a proper name and box curve is a proper name, and I'm going to need to replace them with a variable. While we're here, I might as well remember that I don't really want the joint to control the box curve. I'm just using the joint's information. So I've used that information, I'm done, I can delete this connection. So that creates a second line of code right here, and again I'm just going to middle mouse drag that down there. You know what, let's put in a couple new lines and then middle mouse drag. So this has the same thing. It's got joint 1, which is a proper name, and box curve, which is a proper name. So all I have to do for this script is just replace these proper names. So this script is going to be really simple. The big thing that we're going to have to do with this one is we're going to have to use a variable. So what I'm going to do here, I've just copied these two lines of script, and if you want to pause here, you could even type this out and your script will work just the same. So if you want to skip the whole node editor part and just copy these lines, you'll be fine. So yeah, I'm going to pause right here, and then I am going to, in the next video, talk a little bit about procedures that can help us to call variables. At the end, the script is going to be really easy. It's just going to take a little bit. So give yourself a minute, either practice with the node editor or just copy the script out, and in the next video we will start making a new window with a new button that will let us run a procedure.